Good morning, everybody. My name is Crystal, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday. Good morning. So Tuesday morning. It's cooler, and there's a breeze, but I can see a bit of sun this morning, which is good, isn't it? A bit of sunshine. So, yesterday evening, I tried to relax. I tried to stop getting stressed and het up, so that's what I did. So I decided to just sit down, do what I wanted to do, and not let anything stop me. I'd started to feel a bit down, because that is what happens when you get stressed out. You start to feel a bit depressed and fed up. So when I went out for a walk last night, I was feeling a bit miserable, and I don't like feeling like that. And before, I don't want to keep saying it, because I don't want to keep bringing it up. I'm going to explain it to people. I have to explain it to you. So before this guy and his kids was up here Thursday, I was fine. I went to see my mum. My mum gave me some bits and pieces. I'd got some space. It was quiet round my mum's. There was no noise at all at Durwell Gardens, where my mum lives. There was no noise at all, nothing. There was no drilling, there was no workmen, there was no neighbours being a nuisance. It was dead quiet, right? There's no noise there at all. Because my mum's elderly, she's 79, and all this would drive an elderly person round the bend, unless you're deaf. So basically, I'd relaxed it round my mum's. I'd had a chat. I'd even gone outside in the small space in the garden that my mum's got, and got some fresh air. And it was just dead quiet. There was no noise there at all. So it was a contrast of coming back from somewhere that was quiet and relaxing to somewhere that was completely noisy and disruptive. So basically, the guy upstairs for weeks now has been getting up at 5 in the morning and obviously going to work, right? And he's been out all day. So this week, from weeks of him going to work and it being like quiet up there, it's gone from him being home with 3 or 4 kids, right? Now, a gang stalking pattern, what gang stalkers do is they want to make your life a misery. They want to harass, stalk, spy, and cause trouble. So this is what they do. This is what they do to try and make you feel ill. And I know you're going to say to me, well, maybe he's just had a week off and he's having his kids over for the week. Maybe he is. Maybe he is, right? But you've got to remember that this bloke knows what upsets me. This bloke knows what makes me feel angry. This bloke knows what he's doing, right? He does. So I have been quiet. I've been getting on with my business, and I've been happy. I've been going out to the shop. I've been doing my videos, and they want to stop that. So they find different ways to try and do that. And he full well knows that in 2020, 21, 22, they made my life such a misery that I was going to the doctors, going to the hospital, and it was causing me distress. So they've started doing it again, and let's hope it's just for the week. So for the past 2 days, I've got stressed to the max. I've been getting all agitated, like clenched fists, getting all like stressed out, because it reminded me of 2020, 21, 22. So last night, it's a bit like when they started playing Me Up Next Door. Last night I said, you're not letting that happen to yourself, Crystal. You're not letting it happen. That's what they want. You're not a bad person. You don't steal. You don't do anything nasty to anybody. So stop it. So I got a book. I sat down and they were clobbering the ceiling last night. Clobbering the ceiling with their feet. Clobbering it, banging it. I sat down, read a book, and I actually sat down and watched a Netflix film with this running up and down on the ceiling. I watched a Netflix film. Old one, but a good one. The old ones are the best, aren't they? The films like from a while back that made me laugh and kept my interest. So basically they were running up, running down, running up, running down, and I sat there and I watched the Netflix film. I'm not going outside in the dark. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm an older woman, right? They're not controlling me. As long as I can get some sleep, that's fine, right? They're kids. They're going to run up and down. They're going to make a noise, right? Every kid does, right? But this bloke knows what he's doing. He knows, and he's not controlling me. I don't know who he is. I don't know why he's doing it, but I'm not being controlled. I'm not being manipulated. I'll go out when I want to go out, and I'll do what I want to do. No one else is going to tell me. I don't want to do a live stream, right? I don't want to do live streams. I don't want to sit on the balcony with these kids running up and down, yelling out the window. No. No one's manipulating, controlling me, right? Of course, everyone knows where you are. Everyone knows what you're going through when it's a live stream, and they don't make it better. They make it worse. So no, right? It is also stemming from TikTok, where people were going into my TikTok and making things worse, and they're subscribing to my channel as derogatory names, pictures with monsters on. I don't look like a monster. I'm just an ordinary middle-aged lady. So if they want to be cruel and nasty, they can just jog on and get on with it. I'm leaving all the, whatever they subscribe to my channel as, I'm leaving them there, because you know, if you've got a profile with a picture of a monster, you must look like a monster. If you look like someone with a mask over their face, you must be that. It's not me, because my profile is for everyone to see. I'm genuine. I'm a real person. If you don't like that, don't follow my channel. Simple as that. So I went out last night, and it does drag you down. It does make you feel horrible. All this incessant bullying about what somebody looks like. It's ridiculous. On one person, about 50 people on one person, which is absolutely, totally unfair. It's just evil. So basically I went for a walk and I took it slowly. It was like spitting with rain. Max didn't want to go on the field. I really didn't want to go on the field either. There was a big, large blonde woman with a bun coming off the field with great big earphones over her head, and a couple, male and female, laughing behind her back. And she had a spaniel loose. She was letting the spaniel run down the path loose. Off the leash, on the path. Oblivious to what's going on, because she's got these great big earphones over her head. It's just like a scene out of a comedy. There's a big large lady walking down the road, and there's a male and female couple laughing behind her back, and she's oblivious to it because she's got earphones over her head, but I can see it from a distance. So we just walked around the block, and there was one Asian man about the same size as the guy upstairs, short and stocky, white t-shirt, blue knee-length shorts, a really dark Asian man walking towards me. And then there was just females, blondes. And then I walked home slowly and got back into my flat, and there was a kid running up and down the ceiling. Bonk, 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 bonk. I don't mind that so much. It's when you're sat down, you're eating a meal, or you're just like doing something, and there's a loud thud like the ceiling's coming down. Makes you jump out your skin. But as you can see, I'm up this morning. I had a shower yesterday. I'm feeling nice and clean and fresh. But no, I will never ever knock on the door. So never. That is not the way you get someone's attention, I'm afraid. That's going to make them hate you. It's not going to make them want to come up and see what's going on. It's been such a pest and a nuisance over the past 3-4 years, and ruined parts of my life when my father passed away. I wouldn't even consider mediation with somebody like that, the misery they've put me through. Absolutely not. So I came indoors, I told you there was a kid running across the ceiling, and I just got on with my life. I'm watching Netflix. I'm not interested in men. I'm an older woman. My whole life has been made a misery by various men and their antics of trying to control me, whether it's like locking the door, keeping me indoors, hitting me, shouting at me, putting me down. I don't want that. I'm quite happy on my own, and why people can't realise that, I don't know. And sex, right? Yeah. When you're younger, you might want a couple of one-night stands, but I'm older now. I don't need that. I don't need it at all. So it's someone obsessed with sex and pornography as well. And I'm an older woman, and yes, older women do star in porn films, but this older woman just wants to be left alone. Some people just can't take no for an answer. That Charlie wouldn't take no for an answer, and he's got no right to interfere in my life because I never gave him permission to. And someone is going down computers and going into my live streams and going into my social media and being a nuisance and keep pestering me with unwanted messages. I might answer the occasional message if it's genuine and someone's asking a genuine question and being positive and nice, but if you're taking the piss and you're being nasty, you're just going to get deleted. I probably won't even read it anyway. So you're wasting your time writing messages like that, right? So what I do is I just put earplugs in my ears about 10 o'clock. I just stick a pair of earplugs in my ears, and they're the best earplugs I've ever had, because I stuff them in my ears, and I put Sleep Jar on. Sleep Jar is a app that gives you white noise, like rain sounds, thunder sounds, sounds of washing machines, fans. And I've got 2 Alexas, and I'm thinking of getting another one as well. And it's surround sound. So I've got a sound of a rainfall in my living room, bedroom, a sound of the rain coming down, and I can't hear a thing. The only thing I found last night was I found it difficult to sleep. I found it to get off to sleep last night, and it wasn't because of noise. I just couldn't get to sleep, and I hate that. When you just for some reason cannot get to sleep. So I just I make myself lie there because I don't want to get up and cause more set noise off. So I just laid down and waited till I did go to sleep. Before you know it, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Honestly, the tactics these gang stalkers are using to try and get some reaction out of me, and that is, you can hear the train whistle. Did you hear the train whistle and the trains? I live right in front of a train station, so you can hear the train announcements in the morning, the train whistle, and the trains taking off. I don't mind that. That's quite relaxing, actually. I don't mind. It's not the trains that's bothering me at all. I quite like the trains. Be different if it was an airport, but it's a train station, so I don't mind that at all. I don't. So I got to bed, and then I've got up this morning, and then you just, like, I'm going to check my phone and see if we've got any more disturbance. That was somebody's, a car alarm. They were turning their car alarm off. They just have fun and games, trying to wind me up because they know he's got his kids upstairs, and they're just trying to wind me up on a Tuesday morning, and it's going to be sunny, 21 degrees. It's 16 degrees at the moment. Is that true? Tommy Robinson's been arrested. Tommy Robinson arrested at airport on suspicion of grievous bodily harm after St Pancras assault. Someone said he flew from Tenerife to Faro, then on to Luton, hoping no one would expect him on a Portugal plane. That's what it says on the Metro. Tommy Robinson's been arrested. He's doing that September the 13th, March, and that's not far away. He should have realised, really, that they were going to try and get him, stop him marching and cause a scene. So we've got nothing at the moment. There's nothing, no dubious messages. I'm just going on to my TikTok. Right, apparently I've got 7 new followers. 7 new followers. We've got a Labrador Retriever following me. I don't mind that. That's puppies. Labrador Retriever puppies is following me. Dean is following me. This guy is following me. Ivano the Emperor. That guy's following me. Jackson Jr. liked my video. Jackson Jr. Anybody that replies to me in a nice way, I'll reply to. But if you're going to be rude and nasty, I'm not bothering. So yeah, got 12 requests. Timothy said hi baby. Get a lot of that. I mean, I think a load of women on here get pestered. Right. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. On this day in 1936, Jesse Owens won his third of 4 gold medals at the Berlin Olympics, becoming the first American track and field athlete to bring home 4 golds from a single games.
Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 8:29 a.m. The time is 8:29 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Tuesday the 5th Good morning, Crystal. It's Tuesday the 5th of August.
Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
In Rochester. Currently, in Rochester it's 16 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect partly sunny weather, with a high of 24 degrees and a low of 12 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Are you ready? Here it comes. I hope you're sitting down. The average person can't handle the funniest joke in the world, but I know you're up to the task. Okay, this is it. The funniest. Oh, I forgot the punchline.
Alexa, which celebrity was born on this day?
Celebrities born on the 5th of August include James Gunn, Youngblood, Neil Armstrong, Kajol, and Genelia D'Souza.
Alexa, who is Youngblood?
According to Wikipedia, Dominic Richard Harrison, known professionally as Youngblood, is an English singer, songwriter and actor. In 2018 he released his debut EP Youngblood, followed by his first full-length album 21st Century Liability.
Alexa, how old is Youngblood?
From Sue.edu. The young blood would be from healthy donors ages 18 to 38, or so.
Alexa, how old is the singer Youngblood?
Youngblood is 28 years old.
Right guys, so today we're going to try and make it better than yesterday and just ignore anything that is made to trigger me off, and we go from there, because my life is my life, it's not theirs to toy about with. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Broke out across the UK last summer. A website is being set up in a fresh effort to track them down. LBC weather, sunshine and showers for most, with some heavier rain in central and northern parts, a high of 23 degrees.
This is LBC.
With Little Plus Bakery Spin, simply shop and spin to win a free Little Bakery coupon on every shop. Download Little...
Sorry guys, I've caught it at the adverts, and you don't want to hear all the adverts, they're annoying. I don't want to hear about them getting teeth and all things like that, so I'll give that a miss. Fortunately, I don't hear any Clark's builders down the road at the moment. 5 to 8 yesterday, we had the builders down the road drilling and making a noise. So at the moment I can't see anything. Usually there's some sort of builders or whatever. If it happens, it happens. I'm not bothered. I saw my mother Jennifer on Friday. That, you know, she's my mum. And all the noise is meant to like keep me out of my flat and go somewhere. There's no, my mum doesn't want me up there all the time. She's an old lady. She wants a rest. So I often say to myself, what are they doing it for? If they want me to move out of my flat, well, you know, that's up to the council to come back to me. I can't force the issue. Go, why don't you just go? I can't. Who can actually take off when they've got no money? Am I supposed to get on the train and have the train fare, or get the bus or the coach or whatever it is? And then also, where am I supposed to go? Telling me to fuck off and fucking move. Where am I supposed to go? If there was somewhere to go, don't you think I'd have gone there by now? It's not my fault they've broken the law, and they shouldn't have done it in the first place. They just all don't want to be caught out, so they think of getting rid of me is the problem. Well, I would love to go. I would love to have a nice new place to live away from these monsters, believe you me, and I'm waiting. And I'll put the flags out, I'll fucking get myself a bottle of champagne, and I'll set all the flipping party poppers off when I get out of here. Oh my God, yes, there'll be a party. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Get more from your smart speaker by linking to your Global Player account. You'll then be able to catch up on your favourite shows on your smart speaker. Just say, ask Global Player to link my account.
Back to work. The benefits or otherwise? Well, I want to hear your stories, but what about on the other side? What about being the doctor? Well, Chand Nagpal is a doctor and chaired the British Medical Association Council and GP Committee and is a council member of the Royal College of GPs. How much confidence do you and your colleagues have if you're trying to work out what my problem is online or down the phone? Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. Great to be on your show as always. And I think it's really important not to just look at these statistics and draw conclusions. I mean, the first thing is that it's not just the health service. The entire society has changed dramatically in the way people access services. When you look at online shopping, we don't look at the massive increase in online supermarket shopping or online shopping for goods and say that there's a problem, because a lot of this is about people.
You've lost your job as a result, of course, of stores closing.
Of course,
and that's at record numbers, Doctor.
Yes, I mean there are consequences, but I'm talking about really the experience of those who do use online services, and I think the NHS is therefore part of a change in the way people want to access services in general, and so what's important is that people who are accessing the GP either on the phone or online are not doing it in a way that is obstructing those that do not wish to or cannot use. So I think what's important is to know whether those who do have telephone consultations are, first of all, having those consultations or online consultations appropriately. Is it medically appropriate? And secondly, are they satisfied with that access? And are there people who find that this is difficult, and are there systems in place to make sure that those who have difficulty don't get forced to use technology that they cannot use or don't wish to use? So I think that's what we need to really understand better.
Would you accept that in this particular equation, patients haven't had much say in it?
I think maybe initially, when we had COVID, there was we were compelled to reduce the numbers of face-to-face consultations, in fact, compelled in terms of NHS England themselves advising us. But I think today, where we are now, I think that these statistics, I hope, certainly in my practice, reflect where people are in terms of how they want to access the GP practice. And it's not one where we are obstructing people. In fact, what I'm finding now, very strangely as a GP, is I've got significant numbers of patients who want to make telephone appointments, and I'm telling them that, in fact, I'd rather see you face to face. Because what people are finding is that telephone appointments are convenient. They can have rather than come to a GP practice, take time off work, wait in a waiting area, they can actually access their practice either online or on the phone, wherever they are, and it reduces their own time. So yes, I think it depends on the patient, but no one should be prevented from seeing a GP face to face.
I'm tempting fate here. I'm very lucky. I haven't had to see my GP since I can remember. But when I do see him or her, the first thing they do is take my blood pressure, take my weight. Well, you can't do that over the phone.
Absolutely. And in fact,
Well, isn't
that's
that a
why
basic failure?
not every patient for every consultation needs to have their blood pressure and height checked. In fact, large numbers of consultations that I do telephone are in fact follow-up appointments. So I've seen the patient, I've examined them, I've done some tests, and then I need to relay the result of the test. So in fact, it's not a choice between face-to-face or telephone. For the same patient, they've seen me and I'm then ringing them up with the results. In the old days, they'd be making a GP appointment simply for a result. So I think, beneath the statistics, there needs to be some understanding. But the really crucial thing is there are patients who have difficulty communicating on the phone. And there are many patients who really do need to be seen face to face for the reason. If someone's got a chest infection, you can't examine the chest over the phone. So that patient does need to be seen in the practice, examined physically, and treated appropriately. People with mental health problems need to often be seen face to face. It's more than a voice on the phone. It's a physical, non-verbal cues that are important. So,
and lastly, you're convinced, Doctor, that a lot of people prefer telephone or online appointments.
My experience is that
I find that extraordinary.
no, and in fact, I find it strange because I'm increasingly having to say to patients, "I'd rather see you face to face." And I think that's what I'm saying. This beneath these statistics, there are people who find it convenient. I think people who are busy, people who don't want to take time off work, people who don't even want to, leave home and wait for an hour or 45 minutes. The round trip takes a while, and it depends on the reason for the consultation. If it is for a result, if it's for advice, if it's about I'm going to a country, I want to know which vaccines to have. Remember, these statistics reflect a range of reasons why people contact a GP surgery.
Grateful as ever for your time. Thank you, Dr. John Nagpal, former chair of the British Medical Association Council and GP Committee, and a GP and a council member of the Royal College of GPs. Coming to you, Bob, just a couple of social media and texts. Karen in Bromley, I haven't seen a GP in person for a couple of years. To try and get an appointment, you have to complete a long e-consult form. Then they email you within 48 hours a phone appointment with a 3-hour time slot, which might not be for a few weeks. Tom says, healthcare, I will put this, healthcare isn't bloody shopping. Literally, nobody I know prefers over-the-phone healthcare. Out of touch. Not seeing people face-to-face is a cop-out, pure and simple. Telephone appointments are classic double handling. Bob in Romford. Bob, your reaction. Apparently people are happier with them. Are you? Good morning.
Yeah, I'm not too unhappy with them, but there's a factor that's not taken into this. My local blood testing clinic, because having seen my doctor, she said you need blood tests.
You have an actual clinic that just does blood testing, do you?
Oh, there's loads of them. We've got lots of them. They give you an appointment, and you have to do that online, which is a bit of a but the difficulty is the local one that I go to, which is just brand new. Last month I had 675 people not turn up for their appointments.
Right.
And my doctor had 60 people not turn up for appointments with her face to face. They just didn't turn up.
Well, that's terrible. I'm not supporting that. But so you would agree you are happier then?
Yeah. I mean, if I really need, if I've got something mildly wrong with me, I dial 111. I don't phone the doctor.
And that works?
That works perfectly.
Okay.
If they think that you need a doctor, they'll get one phone you back and you speak with a proper doctor.
Right. And so people who are saying...
If they decide if you need an appointment, they organise one for you.
Okay. People who are saying they want to go back to face-to-face, just going back to the old days, yeah?
We're sitting, I've got a picture of that, sitting on a bench next to people coughing and sputtering. Do you really want to go back to that?
Well, not if they're coughing and spluttering, but the ability to physically see someone, I think, is helpful. But, Bob, I'm glad it's worked for you. John in Hertfordshire, try helping a 98-year-old neighbour via all this online bone issues. She was even told to buy her own special meter to provide her blood pressure. I felt awful for her, and I was just trying to help her. Gilbert's in Colchester. Gilbert, your story on this. Good morning.
Yeah, well, I need to regularly go to the GP practice because I have diabetes.
Right.
Right, guys, I could leave that on for ages and discuss about on telephone doctor's appointments, but that'll go on for ages. So my mum's just rung the phone, so I'm going to see what my mum's rung. There was a black family outside making a load of noise, and they had food in their hand, plates of food, when my mum rang the phone just now, my son is away on holiday. I went to the co-op yesterday, and you know that I got food and I've got food to eat. So this is another thing that gang stalkers do. In the past, I used to be without food and money, and I was hungry, but I'm not now. See you later.